Hello everyone. I was going through my drawer of items that are already finished and ready to be used either for my projects or to be gifted. And I was, since I had it all loaded out on the table, I just was thinking that maybe I will share some of it with you. Maybe it will also inspire you to make something. For me, it is also often that I'm just browsing through the videos on YouTube and I get inspired to try something. And these are the results of those things. So I'm not going to really talk about how I made it, but mostly just show you what it is about. And nowadays you can find so many videos on YouTube which are or so many tutorials on YouTube to all these things that I made, that it makes no sense for me to make another tutorial. And yeah, so let's just start. I'm crazy about making envelopes, so I have fabric envelopes because I have lots of fabric scrap. So I made some fabric envelopes. I was inspired by someone some time ago, and I used the fabric scraps to create few. As you can see, there is paper inside, otherwise of course the fabric would not be holding the form. So it's an old book, or the pages from an old book that I used to sew the fabric onto and just fold it into the envelope. Yeah. If you put in a YouTube fabric envelopes, I'm sure you will find lots of inspiring tutorials how to do also different types. These were just the ones that I saw on the video the other lady made, and it was very, I just had to try. So this one is with Velcro closure, and this one is just to tuck. So you can see it's a paper. I just left the paper in. I didn't want to have it too thick with this denim. So just fabric envelopes. Then I thought that I could do with the same style as the fabric ones, just glued to the harder paper what I knitted. Actually, these were leftovers of old wool that I have. It doesn't have a good consistency anymore, not and there's literally just little pieces that I have, and I didn't want to throw them away, so I just while watching a film, I just knitted this little piece, glued it to the paper, sew it together, and this is something I crocheted already a while ago, so it came handy now to use it as a decoration. So there we go, that's the one knitted. And this is made out of wiping paper, or paper wipes. Those are paper wipes that I use when I'm crafting or painting, drawing, whatever. And I was cleaning my brush from, or I was cleaning actually also the stamps from ink. So there are different kind of this ink. This is a coffee stain. There are acrylic colors. There is like little bits of everything. So what I did is actually that I Mod Podged a few of these wipes together. I think these are three together, and then they create this kind of really hard material. And I saw it also on internet that yeah, crafters were reusing those wipes and gluing them together, and then having this hard material, but I wasn't sure what to make out of it, and there we go, I made another envelope. So with a little bit of decoration. So that's another envelope. These are envelopes that I made out of toilet paper rolls. As you can recognize probably, this is just flattened toilet paper roll. On the video that inspired me, they used for cutting these parts, they used some die cut or something. I don't have die cut machine, and not planning to buy any in any close time, so I just used decorational scissors that I have, and just a few punches that actually were able to get through this hard material of a toilet paper. So front, on some of them I don't have that one anymore. Oh yeah, here I used decoupage. It's a napkin. Here is just a leaf skeleton, and I created my own stamps. These were stamps that I actually was not really fond of. I didn't like the picture on it, so I just cut pieces of the scrap paper I had and I just glued it on, made these black stamps and made it look like it's really an envelope. So all these envelopes are actually three-dimensional, so I can fit something in it, otherwise they would be really flat and you cannot fit much in it. So they are kind of, they give, here the paper, so it has a little bit, it has a little bit of dimension, sorry for my English. So and I created this little journals that go inside it, and they are ready to be given as gifts to someone, or I can use it for some of my projects. So those are another envelopes. Here are just some extra journals that I made. I just need to make the envelopes. So here I suppose that many of you also use old book pages and decoupage on them. I really love decoupage. I'm addicted to that. So on my free time, when I want to do something very easy and crafty, then I'm just decoupaging napkin scraps on the pages, and then I'm just creating later on, then I'm creating some envelopes or punch stuff out of them, or do some, yeah, whatever comes to my mind, whatever I create out of them. So here are just different, this is just, this was stamp on a tissue paper, and then I glued this paper on the tissue paper on the page. So here is another one with decoupage. This one has also decoupage, not sure if you can see it, but I use also like a second layer of the napkin if it still has a print that is good enough to use, and then I'm still using them, not throwing them away. And this one has also some kind of painting and a second layer of decoupage napkin. So created again envelope, and I was testing my structure paste that I made myself, if it's going to work, and it did. So here we have wax paper bags. I saw a video, and I bought a wax paper roll in the United States when I was there for a visit, because I couldn't find any here. So I bought a wax paper and just created some empty, yeah, here I have still some empty ones without measurements, just different random sizes. As I was cutting, I was making, this is out of this is not a wax paper, this is baking paper. So, and I was creating just different kind of designs. So I looked on YouTube what they used for decorating, and I like the idea of decoupage, so I decoupaged and stamped some of them. So here is also decoupaging. There is a gesso as a primer before, then the decoupage and a little bit of stamping to add to it. So here are just few examples. So all of them are bags, as you can see. There is also on some of them also some addition on the back. So, and this one is out of baking paper. So that's one style, and here is another one. I saw someone creating this style, just gesso or acrylic paint, and then to kind of stamp it to create something like a letter. I made this wax seal. It's not a wax actually, because I didn't have, or I don't have any wax, so I found on YouTube how to how to use other materials to create this kind of seals, and there was a video to use how to use wax crayon and hot glue, mix it all together over on a spoon over candle. So you mix it together, then you pour it, and then I use as a stamp old flat button with it's like a king's head or something, because I don't have anything to stamp it with, so I had to be creative around it there. So here is another one. So here is another one. Yeah, it's focused. Another one. Here, mini one, and this one is also made out of baking paper. It's not wax paper. All right, that is all for now. Thank you for watching. Bye.